with another video. I'm doing another video. Hey beautiful souls, I am so thrilled to be back after a much needed break. Quick little reminder, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to turn the notifications on, just hit the little bell because your support means the world to me.
Even though it's May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, I actually filmed this in March.
And not only is that the month right before my birthday, it's also National Endometriosis Awareness Month. And so I want to share with you how I was diagnosed from having fibroids to having endometriosis, all while still having to navigate through a deep, dark depression. Even though I had plans for success, I had little to no motivation. Buckle up, let's get into it. It all started with a weird bloating in my stomach.
It was like an alien trying to push its way through or something.
Because in my brain, that's how it would feel and that's how it would look. Don't ask me how I would know, I just did. So I went to the doctor to try to figure out what the heck was going on. The best way I can describe fibroids are lumps of muscles, body tissue that form together to form a little ball inside of a woman's uterus. As tissue continues to form on it, they can get larger and larger and essentially grow. If you're in the medical field, please confirm this explanation in the comments below. One fun fact, scientists are not even sure why they form, but there are a lot of different hypotheses and they're still doing research to find out more about it. But enough about that, let's get back into it. Let's fast forward to about a year later after I found out I had fibroids. One day I was fine, then the next night I went from having a fever to going to the hospital to being misdiagnosed to going back home to still having a fever to going back to the hospital to being misdiagnosed again, right Mr. G? And then going back home. But you know what they say, 3 times a charm, right? Well, by the 3rd trip back, I told them, keep me here until you figure out what's wrong because I'm in pain. The medication that you guys have given me back and forth has not been working. So now they're keeping me after that crazy back and forth first week. In the 2nd week, I stayed for a couple of days and then they come to me and they're like, we've done every single test that we possibly have, and now we don't have the equipment that we need to do further tests. And plus, we think it's one of the fibroids that you have, but you need to go see a specialist for that. So they moved me to a 2nd hospital. So now, week 3, I'm in a new hospital. Mind you, I had not eaten for about 2 weeks now because I not only had a fever, but I kept throwing up all the food that I was eating, even soup. So by that time I was tired, I was in pain, I was feeling weak. I was seeing doctors what felt like every single day in the old hospital. So now in the new hospital, the staff seemed to be moving with a little bit more urgency. And what went from seeing doctors every day now felt like I was seeing doctors every hour. During that 3rd week, my doctor, who is a specialist in the field, came to tell me they have ruled out possibly everything. And at this point, the only thing that's left to assume is that the fibroids, which had grown, which she was referring to as tumors, could possibly be cancerous or infected. She began to tell me that they couldn't do a biopsy because if cancerous, it could potentially cause the cancer to spread. So they had to do the surgery, remove the tumors, and then check it for cancer afterwards. Just when I thought that that's what it was, the doctor turned to me and said something I was not prepared for. My heart sank. Thank God my mom was there because I was an emotional wreck. The doctor turned to me and said,
we have to go in and remove one of your ovaries because one of the tumors has attached itself to it. And in order to remove the tumor, we have to remove your ovary.
Now this was a very emotional thing for me because first thing that I was thinking about was, am I going to be able to have kids? She went on to explain there was still a chance for me to have children and it only took away 30% of the chance of me not having children. And I heard my spirit tell me, Donna, trust God. I heard, don't forget all the miracles that you have witnessed growing up. And that quick reminder is what I needed to calm me down. So you remember that alien that was trying to make its way out of my stomach? Well, it turns out it was actually two aliens. One tumor that was the size of a football and the other one that was the size of a baseball. In tiny little old me. No wonder I looked 3 months pregnant. Once the doctor took them out, she came to myself and my family and she let us know that they were not cancerous. And she realized that while doing the surgery that I had endometriosis. She told me that I was going to need to keep an eye on it every couple of months because endometriosis is reoccurring. So I would have to just double check every couple of months and, you know, make sure everything is okay. And yep, that's how I found out I was diagnosed. Traumatically. Before all of this started, I was about 110 pounds. By the time I left on my last day, I was 75 pounds. My muscles were like spaghetti. I needed a wheelchair to get around everywhere and I couldn't use the bathroom on my own. I had a catheter just in case I needed to use the bathroom. I thank God for my parents. No matter how long I was there, but they were there every single day and I needed that emotional support. I needed it. My dad took me around the hospital and even when I got home, he took me around the block every day to practice walking. I not only had to relearn to walk, but I had to learn to love myself again. At that time, I refused to look in the mirror. And if I caught a glimpse, I would just end up crying and crying and crying. It was to the point that I couldn't even produce tears anymore. Imagine the horror when I finally got back home. And one day, my hair was just like, you know what, we're tired. Yep, my hair was just like, we're leaving. I had long locks down my back. Some people call them dreadlocks, but there's nothing dreaded about them. And one morning I woke up and they were just spread all over the bed, unattached from my head. Because why not, right? I'll leave that story for another time. If you want to hear that story and how and why that ended up happening, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll do a video on that. Anyway, lovely souls, that is the story of how I got diagnosed from having fibroids to endometriosis. And depression and me were like best friends during that season of my life. I went from no weight, no hair, no confidence. Oh, wait. Did I tell you the person that I was seeing actually left me and I found out that they were seeing someone else? Yeah, just ciao. But you know, the plot twist is I did not let it define me. I found holistic, you know, remedies. I researched, I started working out, I grew my hair back out. I did what I needed to do because I was determined to figure out what I could do. Because the reality of having endometriosis is that it affects a woman's hormones and it triggers things like depression and anxiety. Depression is something I had to learn to navigate through intentionally, like through research, therapy, self-development classes. In another video, I'll be sharing a little bit more of practical things that you can do that helped me drastically change in my day-to-day routines while navigating depression. And these are things that might even help you. For those of you who are familiar with my channel, you know I'm a techie, so I'll even throw in some cool tricks of technology that you may be able to use to make life just a little bit easier. Because we all know what anxiety can do when we're stressed out. I'll call that video something like tools and techniques or something like that. But in the meantime, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so this way you can be notified when my next video is out. And until then, keep flourishing, sending love to you all. Right. Why am I doing a blank? Why am I drawing a blank? That is the other one. Good. Like depression and anxiety. Depression is... I gotta do that over. One more time. One more time. 2, 1. Oh, you got this, girl. Nope. Do it over. 3, 4. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. The foot. And if you... Sirens. We gonna try it again. Why can't I just look at the screen? Final. Ugh, crap. What was I saying? After I found out I had fibroids, you hear me? Fibroids. Okay. And Mr. Cheese over here moving my camera. Confirm this confirmation. What is a confirmation? Serious, Donna. Serious. Hey guys, I'm missing a lot of stuff, so I need to pay attention to the teleprompter. Follow the teleprompter. Don't miss your cues, Donna. Don't miss your cues. I know you want my attention, but Mommy's filming a YouTube video right now, okay? Okay. Can I film the video, please? Without you trying to pull the cord? No? You gonna sit on my lap? Come. You wanna sit on my lap? This shit. You can shit with me? You can shit with me? Oh boy. We interrupt this program.